Hi, it's Kelsey with Junk Journal Magic. I'm here to do a flip through of my Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge Journal. This was a collab hosted by Jessica at Paper Terrace, celebrating her 100,000 subby milestone, and she isn't trying to inspire everyone to make a journal from Dollar Tree items. I actually used a few things that weren't from Dollar Tree, like these two brads, because I needed to. I couldn't find any there, and so I just did it. I did use my tools like my dies. I don't do punches very well because of my thumb and wrist, so I used dies. I didn't cut out many things. I cut out this nameplate, and oh, what else did I punch out? I'll mention it when I see it. But for now, this is what I have. I took their coloring books and I made a cover with one. I was going to make two journals. Then I had issues with making covers, and I just got to the point. I was just so frustrated. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I love this cover of this particular coloring book. It was like stained glass and very new agey, very sunny, very secret realm. I was going to call these journals Forgotten Realm, which is something my sister came up with, because I'm like, hey, you play all those games, help me think of something. And she started throwing two-word combos at me, and I took a word forgotten and realm from another, and boom, Forgotten Realm. But they would not fit in this slot, no matter what I did with those little stamps. So I'm just like, Secret Realm will work. It was a shorter word than forgotten, secret, that is. So, okay, I did some stitching. I put together, we'll call this a tassel, a dangle, whatever, and I used butterflies from some greeting cards from Dollar Tree. I fussy cut them. I hate fussy cutting, so whoever ends up with this, you're getting a wonderful little bit of fussy cutting here on the tassel. But I also had some, this is what I had in my stash, and I've been trying to use it up, and it just never seems to go away. I've had it for like 8 years. It's all these strips to make paper beads. So whenever I need some, I just use it, but that's where these little beads came from. I made them just for this. It didn't take long, and I put that Dollar Tree glitter paint on the outside of each one just because I wanted it to sparkle. I mean, this is a secret realm full of celestial dreams. You know, we need some sparkle. So yeah, I used baker's twine. I actually had to go back to Dollar Tree to get me some because I couldn't find what I had, and it's a good thing I went because the purple is perfect for this with the cover. And I had brown, orange, and yellow, but I use all those colors. Anyway, for the back, it's just a piece of black painted canvas. It came in a frame so you could do your artwork. I bought two from Dollar Tree, and this one fits just perfectly, provides a hinge, and I went and glued it down, and then I sewed it with my vine stitch and a little yellow zigzaggy funky zigzag up there. So, okay, there's that. The nameplate, I used embossing powder, which every now and then I find a little bit that pops off and makes a little bit of embossing dust. But yeah, it'll be all gone by the time someone ends up with this. I am going to list this in my Etsy shop. So I sewed around the whole thing because on the inside I lined it with paper from a coloring book, and I used the cover of a 2-month planner from Dollar Tree. I used the coloring book papers from the coloring books. I think this one came from Celestial Dreams. And then this butterfly, I bought 3 of those cards, and there must have been 12 butterflies on each one. I just covered where that little brad went. And then I made some pieces. This is a belly band that can be glued anywhere. It's backed with just plain old cardstock, so regular glue will make it stick to these pages. I don't have any high gloss pages. They're all just flat regular paper. And then I made a dragon card. All these things can be colored with colored pencils, nothing wet. I have never tried watercolor on these. These are oohooed down onto cardstock, so it should be just fine with coloring pencils. Here's like this could be a bookmark or a belly band. And here are 2 dragons. And they're all backed in white in case whoever gets this wants to write on them. Let me see what I want to do. I don't remember how I had it in there. I'll get back to all that later. What I'm showing you now is just what's coming with this journal. That's from the Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge. When I finally do a flip through to when I've listed it, it will have more stuff with it because that's how I roll. Anyway, I went ahead, I put in all my pages, and this was a notepad that was green, and I knew the green would be perfect. I've got stuff all over my hands, glitter and bits. I did a lot of stitching, so there's fibers. And then I used these little flowers I punched out of the envelopes that came with a bunch of greeting cards. I took, if there were 2 orange, I dyed one orange one in the avocado dye, which I used on some of these papers. I actually dyed paper for 5 days to do different things and get different colors on different days. So when I did the envelopes, I took one of each color. I had blue, orange, dark pink, and light pink that I avocado dyed, and they just kind of have contrasting colors with the lighter stuff, like here's the 2 pinks together. And then I used more of the butterflies. Here I punched out buttons from the, let me see if I have the rest of that cover handy. No, I don't. But it's the back side of this cover with the purple. I just went to the plain purple area, ripped off a piece and started punching buttons. And then I had made handmade embroidery floss with the same thread. This green came from a pack of pre-wound bobbins, and I used some of the other colors to make handmade embroidery floss. That's one of the things I didn't like about one of the covers I was working with before. The floss just looked terrible on it. I think it was just too flat. It needed more texture and stuff, and I didn't want to go even further and pull out stencils and things. And even if I handmade the texture paste, it still wouldn't have been all ingredients from Dollar Tree, so I didn't do it. But here I've got the floss I tied into knots, and I punched some black flowers out of a piece of this stuff right here because I have a ton of it and I'm trying to get rid of it. I hate it. It's that Amazon packaging paper, the brown stuff, and I went over it with acrylic paint, and unfortunately it does not like to stick with Fabri-Tac onto anything. So I've been trying to use it up. I hate that I made all that. With cheap black Dollar Tree paint, I hated that I spent all that time rolling it on the packaging paper, and then it's just useless in a journal. So I went ahead and just made some little decorative flowers because this was too pastel, and the black really helped to balance that. So I took the butterflies and I made tabs. See, there's tabs. There's one matching it on the back side. So it's just, I hope I'm in frame. Yes, there we go. I'm sorry. So there's more fibers. This side's black. And then I just kept going. I added pages from the coloring book. This was vintage dictionary page, or maybe even antique. I'm not sure how old it is. And I tea dyed it. That day I did tea dyeing with papers. And then I took pages from, it was a world monument or buildings or something coloring book from Dollar Tree. I have a coloring book flip through Friday under the I call it hashtag Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge. So if you put that whole hashtag in, these will pop up. So that said, I also bought these washies. Let me show you a pack. I don't like narrow washi. I never have, and I've always been looking for wide washi. This is wide to me. It's more than half of that. You know, I really want wide because when I, what do they call that, tip in pages, I want to have it where it really fits up the center on both sides. So this was $1.25 at Dollar Tree. You have until the 20th before prices go up at Dollar Tree. If you don't have this and haven't looked for it, I highly recommend you go look for cheap, wide washi that's got incredible designs. Now, this one just looks medieval to me. It's perfect for a castle slash stained glass slash dragon realm. And there's a ton of flowers in here. There's butterflies. It's like beautiful, on the castle grounds, or maybe beyond the hinterland, wherever there may be a garden or whatnot. That's what's in here. And this washi worked perfectly with it. It gives you a lot of color where you need a little darkness because everything's so pale. Then down here, my stamped paper. It's not perfect. I added these pages from a little journal or notebook, whatever they want to call it. I just popped the staples out of the spine, and I used the cover to make some more pieces that are in here. Here's a piece of this tea-dyed paper with some stamped fern, and down here's a piece of this washi tape that came out of this same pack. I think I bought 3 or 4 of these because I didn't know how far it would go. And I was going to use that a lot for decoration. Here's a castle up on a cliff. I don't know what you'd call that, but it's very fun. All these pages can be colored. Look here. Oh, I love how they've made these trees. I just love it. Love it, love it. I have 2 of every coloring book so I can make the same pages in mine. I made another piece of this sewn decorative fiber / flower kind of border for that paper. And then I put, anytime I kind of felt like it needed something, I'd add a little butterfly. And here's a piece of that. Colosseum ruins. This was a greeting card. I cut the back off and now it's just a journaling card. And I made a belly band. This can be colored just like these pages. Here's a butterfly tab. And then next we have a pocket. I put a piece of paper in here. There's going to be so much more in the end when I'm finally finished. I'll explain what I'm doing beyond this. Here's a fun little banner that can be colored. And this is some avocado dyed paper. That's what I should have said back here. This is all avocado dyed paper. Any of the pink or rose colored pages are avocado dyed. Sorry. And then here's some more of this. I have fun little flowers of all sizes with the black and the buttons. This is my Ode to the Sky paper. I do this all the time. I absolutely love taking cheap graph paper when you get it wet in spots, not the whole thing. If you get the whole thing wet, you end up with something like this. And I love it too. I just haven't gotten around to doing anything with that pile of papers. I made so much paper. But I call this the clouds in the sky. And then here's some things that kind of go with, say you're on the ground looking up at the clouds, trying to identify shapes. You might see some flowers. You might see a butterfly. It just works for me. And here's the back side. You can write on all of it. Here's a cute little card that's avocado dyed. Here's a butterfly and some of this tape. This is tea-dyed paper. Here's a piece of that book. More coloring page to color. Here is more of that paper with the stamp down here, that Dollar Tree fern type stamp. It's not made in here, is it? Here it is again. Here's the clouds. Just fun. And this looks rusty on the back side. Here's a journaling card, just plain. Here's some of that tape. I made a funny little belt type thing just to hold that in place. And then here's a journaling card made out of a card from Dollar Tree with a dragonfly. I thought it was pretty for a garden out there somewhere in the magical kingdom. That's secret. Now, up here I made dragon scales. Those dragon scales were 2 different videos. One was my Throwback Thursday, and then Art Therapy the day before. I made these with 6 embossing powders. I just loved that. When I was done playing with the dragon scales, adding the embossing powder, I was just so thrilled with those. I used them all in here. Now I have to make some more for my journal. This is black cardstock. I had a few small pieces someone had given me. And since I didn't have any actual cardstock or paper pads with regular scrapbooking paper, I used these couple little pieces of black cardstock to back these and to punch out these shapes. And then I made this belt with that, and I put that Dollar Tree glitter paint over it. So here's some more of that tape. Am I far enough down? I think so. And then here's another page to color with a little butterfly. It's almost like a little barrette in her hair. And these pages are just ready for you to glue something to them. I may even glue something to it before then. But I made this paperclip out of a jumbo paperclip from the school supply section of Dollar Tree. And then I had some avocado dyed book pages, just a few with text blocks that I could use for contrast against all this plain paper. And then I used some more of that black paper to make a little banner. The back can have anything glued on it, so if it gets hung in this way, ooh, I kind of like that. It's a lucky accident. Okay, that's perfect. See what washi does? It's just like duct tape. When I make that separate thing, it's going to hold a lot of stuff because this is pretty chunky already. But you can see there's lots. Oh, I'm going too fast. There are many more things that I want to do, and they don't fit into the Dollar Tree requirements for the challenge, so I'll just have them separate. But this is a fun flip with some of that washi and the butterfly tuck there. And here's that fly. Oh, I like that tape right there too. Here's more monument. Two tags. These are from the cover where this paper came from. The card has a little place to color as well. Here, this is like fireworks, orange fire, and it's right behind the dragon. I thought that went really well with that. And then here's a strip of dragon scales that I thought were fun. And in the end, there is a envelope. There's a sack here that will be full of stuff because that's how I roll. The other piece, if I don't make it, I didn't use those two gift bags and they're bothering me, so I will probably make what I'm thinking about. And they have some ribbons on them too. Ooh, I forgot about those ribbons. As for this right here, I'm super happy with how this turned out. I love these tabs, the scales and the butterflies. It's just so magical. It's celestial. I love it. Okay, thanks for watching.